Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to session 4 of Omen Owl's Aliens, the RPG Chariot of the Gods playthrough. I'm going to bring the guys in just a second. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. Make sure I got everything where it belongs. Let's see. Let's bring our GM in. Omen, welcome to the show. Off Grid, welcome to the show. I do not know where George is.
George is in the foundry. I see him, but I don't know where he is
Okay.
for this.
Did you post the link for the Foundry? Because I'm not there yet. Um,
I did not. It should still be in your thing, but if you have to, I'll go find it again.
Bookmark it this time.
yeah,
yeah. I'll get right on that.
there is a search function in Discord that you can type it in there and it will show it up.
Yeah. I use the search function for things, but I just never thought to do that. It just occurred to me now because It's been a busy freaking day.
And it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was in OGGM's game this afternoon. Before that, we went to the grand opening of a new hardware store and did a bunch of things, and that was cool.
I will say this much, though. I was re-listening to, and I didn't get through it all, because I know we ended at a certain point when poor George's character had her arms ripped off and died, which is why we see the thumbnail of how many characters will George lose this week.
Yep.
No, it's like I said, he's in the foundry right now. I'm not sure where he is for the other stuff, but no, I thought it only went for about 2 hours, but I'm in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like, I didn't get to the exciting part with the synopsis. So, but yeah, no, it's actually, I was listening to the banter back and forth, and actually, guys, not that we get a lot of gaming done, but we do get a lot of banter back and forth. It's actually funny to watch this one in particular. Little side note: do you think I'm giving you guys too much help and should just let you do whatever you're saying and just narrate whatever you decide to do, or do you want I wouldn't do this or I do this? So,
some people I know get really upset if the GM offers any advice whatsoever or reminds them of things that their character would know. But I've been thinking about that a lot lately. The GMs and the players, the GM knows or should know everything that the characters know, and the characters know things that the players don't know.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to do.
It bugs me when the GMs use, your character should have known as a gotcha. It's like, no, if our as a GM, if we're supposed to tell them what they think and see and smell and feel physically and touch and taste, occasionally we might be also, especially if we're allowed to interrupt their lives with dreams, then we should also maybe be allowed to remind them, hey, you found that thing a while back, the thing that's probably the thing that you need right now. Your characters wouldn't forget certain things.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to do is because you get so descriptive that it's like, well, I told you that was like, I mean, that's a little different. But I was trying to say, would the players know that? Would the characters know this versus what the players know? And it's very different if everything is purely visual. Say, well, it's on the board. You can see whatever's there, or hey, it's in the description. Like I think that everyone talks about the old modules. Remember where they had the box text?
Yeah. Which you read out.
Well, you'd read it out, and I never thought it was that, but it was enjoyable for me to read. But man, you have to be willing to sit there as they tell the whole story. It's like, and if you aren't, then I understand that. Which is one of the nice things I do like about some of these VTTs. If I want to, I can just put in a box text whenever you go somewhere, and you can just click on it, and you can read it if you want. I mean, there's a lot of things. What's that?
I said I'm working on getting George in.
Okay. Yeah, George is. I know George is in Foundry, so I just don't know.
He needed it's probably The original invite is probably buried somewhere in personal message or something, so it's just easier to resend it out. So I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, for which one? No, like I said, he's in my Foundry. It's in the
If he's
it's
in it, then
it's this. He's not in with Shadow.
Yeah,
you
he's not
send
in
Yes.
live stream.
Yeah, that's what's surprising.
you're saying the restream somehow.
I think he didn't click on the live stream stuff.
Yeah, the link
I-
is always in the
yeah.
in the what is it?
No link in Shadow
There
Disc.
is.
Yeah, no, it was because we all got in here. Look under the live stream
Yeah,
verifications.
it's always at the my number one channel at the top of my Discord is literally live stream links.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
wait,
That's what
it's
he was
not
asking. Is
there.
where's the restream link? It's
Why isn't it there? And how
no.
if
You
it's
put under game verifications to what it is. George, look under game verifications in his.
oh
Yes,
okay,
that's
it's
where it is.
now
Not
it's
in live stream
not where
links.
it belongs. My
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I put it there. Probably because I was following, who was going to make it tonight, who wasn't, that sort of thing. Um,
Hey,
he should
Oscar, do
be
you
in here
mind deleting
shortly.
that message you put up there?
Pardon me.
That message you put up in the Game Night verifications. Not that I'm too worried about it, but it was just there.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Somebody getting
Yeah.
in there and screwing around
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
let's be
and
honest. No
here's
one's getting in
George.
there
George,
unless it's me.
George of
But
the
the
jungle.
less people know,
And
the
I am
better.
There's
going
a lot
to
of that that
move
happened
you
at
over
co-op.
to.
There was
Yeah.
people playing
There
shenanigans
we go.
coming in off Discord and getting into Owlbear. It was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We don't need that. George, how you doing, man?
Well, he looks better than his characters. So
And we can't hear you. That image on your screen, is that from the old Traveler game or no?
25,
Can't hear you.
25. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't hear anything, George. I don't know if you need to
Yeah.
unplug it and plug it
I was
back
just
in.
muted. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
now
the last one was something I came up with my daughter. We were doing. She liked Firefly,
Oh yeah.
so
Oh,
we
okay.
came up with rebellious space cowboys as a setting.
Nice. I remember you
and
talking
I
about
made
that a while
bunch-
back.
Yeah. So
It's
I just made a folder and I put a whole bunch of stuff. But that one has our. I did a couple that were similar to that for the Traveler game, and
Mhm.
this one here is also from the Traveler game.
it is a very I think 1960s style artwork is what it felt like. Well, that one not so much, but the one previous.
Yeah, the other one was
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking
was
more like
going for like a
40s,
pulp.
50s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a pulp 50s look. Let me see if I can
Yes.
pull it up.
That's what I was thinking.
So
Which
like
is kind of something I'm working on. Is an actual space opera kind of Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers kind of thing because the hard sci-fi just bums me out lately.
I mean, I
Oscar
don't
knows what
mind. I like I said, I like a combination of the two. I did it, again, I saw, which is, yes, I mean, I love that stuff. I love that style.
Very
yeah,
cool. Very
because
cool.
that's what people grew up on for the what I want to say
Mhm.
the aspirational
sci-fi.
side of sci-fi, and everything has become gritty and dark. Actually, to be honest, is Project Hail Mary did not have that feeling. It was very scientific, and while it had its depressing moments, it did not feel depressing. So
Mhm.
yeah, we put you in this terrible situation, but the movie itself did not have that feeling of complete dread and this is just going to suck and everything's going to die, even though the character knows it's a one-way mission. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was a good movie. It's a slow burn though. And
Yeah,
of course,
I just finished last night. I finally got to watch the Venture Brothers movie that ends that whole 7 year plus arc,
Art the
and
Baboon. Yep.
yeah, it was
It's not a
pretty
7 year plus. That the seasons went from like 2002 or 3 till 2025.
Yeah, it was unbelievably slow coming out, but finally made it through it. It's given me some ideas for my supernatural game. Believe it or not, Like the TV show Supernatural.
Yes, but that would feel more like the real Ghostbusters TV cartoon.
Mhm, mhm. So you guys ready to get started? I am. I'm gonna roll some virtual dice and watch George die another day. I mean, I keep talking. It's gonna be my turn, right?
Well,
But
you were
how
lucky.
about
You just had that busted knee, and somehow you survived the attack by the creature.
girl power? That's all I can say, right? Um,
Um,
so
yes, you.
George, who are you playing tonight?
Vanessa Miller, the captain.
Mute it again, George.
Yeah, Vanessa Miller. She's the captain. She's got her own secret agenda, like everybody else. Um, I've seen several of them already, so it's kind of interesting. So my goal is to not go under more deaths of my character versus deaths of aliens. So right now we're kind of at parity. So
I'm not sure I have enough characters for all
And
the ones for aliens.
off grid, you
I
are
am
playing.
Lyran Cham, or Lyran Cham. I suppose we're not 100% on that. Lyran or Lyran. But yeah, um, trying to survive, doing my best.
Well,
Still
you
in
guys,
first character.
well, you all killed off
And
the creature that killed poor Wilson. Found poor
Yep.
Wilson's body. Apparently shoveled poor Wilson out the airlock, and and I believe that
I'm
everyone
playing
has
Leah
taken the
Davis, the
vaccine.
erstwhile pilot, former pilot, now Gimp, Gimpy Need, uh, loudmouth, freaking self-centered biatch. Um, how about Omen recaps us all and helps everybody out there in TV land catch up to where exactly we are in this session.
So we'll just go from that. Of course, the basic part is hey, we're here to rescue the everyone, um, which was what happened. Well, what happened is they found a warning for this place. Well, how should I go through the recap? And I was just writing all the other recaps. Now, so what happened is they come out of hyperspace, find a long lost ship. They try going over there. They're searching the ship. They're not sure what's going on. It looks like some of the crew went nuts. Um, they found burned bodies. One guy that shot himself. Someone that put an axe into the control panel for the piloting. They were searching around. Wilson and Cham were, of course, trying to figure out what's going on. They entered Science Lab 2, whereupon a creature came at them. They tried shooting it. As this is my first time really running the alien game, I said, they should be able to handle this. It could be kind of deadly. No, it was really deadly. Poor Cham got stabbed through the leg. Poor Wilson had basically the spike go through his head. The monster took the body and ran out. And at that point, they're like, screw this, we're going to leave. At which point, Mother decided to suddenly self-destruct. The captain and Leah got off just in time, and they sent the ship off. So that was their heroic moment. That was pretty much the. And then what happened when they came onto the ship? They looked over and the crew had woken up. They weren't sure what was going on. The crew told them, hey, we need to go to the med lab. Everyone should take this vaccine so you don't turn into one of those creatures. They get over there, and of course, the good doctor who helped create the vaccine had this thing pop out of his head. So that was generally the end of session 2. Session 3, they killed it. So session 3 is them trying to kill off this monster, which they do successfully. At the meantime, though, the Marine had asked Leah, hey, we need you to shoot. Leah said, I'm not doing that. Like, well, then, then what are you going to do? They get into a verbal altercation. Leah pulls a gun. The Marine is better in hand-to-hand combat, basically swats the gun away, hits her in the head, and then breaks her kneecap, which ends Leah into the med bay. They go over, they roll a pretty much like a Bluetooth speaker down. They wait for the monster to come out. It doesn't come out in Science Lab 1. It comes out of the junction. They're able to shoot it and blow it to bits. All right, everything seems good. That's about as far as I got in last week's recap, but I'll do for the rest for memory. Kayla goes in, says, hey, you know what? We need to put Leah into one of these med pods, goes to the med pod. One of the med pods has, the glass broken out. The other one had mist that was red. Opens it up, finds this vivisect humanoid being inside. The humanoid being pops its eyes open. Kayla tries running. It comes over, rips one of her arms off. She goes over, tries to open the door to escape. It comes over, rips her other arm off, whereupon she dies from blood loss. Hence why we joke about poor George having lost both Wilson and Kayla. Saying, well, will he lose another one tonight? Then we go over into the med lab, finds poor Leah trying to hide under the covers, jumps on, tries beating it, aims in the wrong place. Somehow she survives that part. They get into an altercation. There's no way, which is where actually the thumbnail for this comes up. Just if you're wondering what comes into it. The thing had been vivisected enough that it exposed its brain. Leah squeezed her hands into its brain, which was able to kill it just, by sheer luck before the thing rips off her arms.
I thought I hit it with the syringe.
You
Yeah.
tried hitting it with a syringe, but I think you did the hand-to-hand stuff. Yeah, that's why it has like no real protection. But yeah, that's kind of what you did. So you're a brain surgeon in the worst possible way. So
Hey, I think the procedure was an astounding success.
yeah,
You're a hands-on surgeon. Yeah, very hands.
that's right. I'm not saying I can do wonders, but I can't. Anyway, so that's what came up with that. So that's about where we ended. So now we're into the next part of the aftermath of of what would you all like to do?
I feel like we've all been pretty heavily traumatized. Like we need to have a powwow meetup again in like a safe zone. Figure out what our course is with the rest of the crew, like the existing previous crew.
Yeah. So Leah still has that badly broken
Knee.
if she needs to. I'm sure that. Which, of course, Matt Thompson was going into all of the, hey, you need a combat wheelchair and all the other jokes about this.
Well, this is the case where you could use a wheelchair
like
from the
Alien 4 or Alien Resurrection, where the guy was in his wheelchair.
Yep. Well, we need to get the captain a wheelchair.
Yeah. The pilot. The captain's okay.
Yeah. I'm not captain yet.
Not if anything, if I have something to say about
Stay
it.
tuned. Stay tuned. The way things change here.
That is true.
I don't want the job, but
Well, you know what? There's plenty of promotion opportunity in this game. It may be Battlefield promotions, but it's the same thing.
Sign up for notifications.
So-and-so has died. You have been promoted. I know you weren't looking for that promotion, but you have been,
You're no longer janitor, you're captain of the ship.
Oh, crap.
Like the career trajectory.
So that's what's going on. You did find Dr. Cooper's notes. I did put that in there. like I said, as I was listening to it, I only got through about 2 hours of our last session. So that's about all my notes are, I believe. Let me make sure I have that open for you all. If you wish to read more details, you should have that ability into the journals. If you can't read it, let me know. Should be inherited, and I believe that you have every ability in there. So,
All right.
yeah, I've made you all owners, so you shouldn't have any problems. If you want to add your own twist and everything else, I always found that was kind of fun.
What do you mean twist?
If you guys want to write your own story or anything in the journals, you're free to.
Oh, okay.
You know, I not that people do it, but there are always some creative. Oh, I'm going to write this up. And from my point of view, this is what my character saw. And what my point of view is this character. I never want to leave it up to like the GM is the sole arbiter. Like, look, guys, it's your mythology. if you want to put in your notes and change things around and make yourself more heroic or less heroic, that's all up to you.
Yeah. I was the only rational one on board.
Only smart one.
Well, if I was the smart one, I wouldn't have had my knee busted. I
was a smart mouth. I mean,
yeah, smart mouth. That's the better phrase.
Well, Captain, you wanna call a powwow?
Yeah, I think
Get
maybe we should
everybody
do.
in one place,
I would say to
one
do it in the
safe
med bay
place,
where you
like
are.
somewhere surrounding me.
Yeah. Let's meet in the med bay within about next 20 minutes.
I'm
If
not
you're
going
already in the
anywhere.
med bay, you have a dead body in the med bay, and you have two dead bodies.
That's never stopped us before.
Yeah. So let's see. We got one maybe borrow any kind of weaponry that my last character had, or hand it out. We
Yes.
could
You really want
possibly.
to hand me a gun?
Well, no
Yeah.
one's handing you a gun. So there's
I'm
always making sure you don't get any more firearms.
I am not on the team. I am more supportive of my crew. So I support my crew over the Marine that slapped you. So yeah, let's call a powwow. I'm gonna send a message to the captain of the Kronos crew, and see we can see what's going on, and maybe we could find something you can be even if it's just like an office chair just to wheel you around in.
What are you going to do with the bodies?
The bodies? Oh gosh. Well, I will ask them. I would. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to metagame this, but would my character know that there's something like they're like burning bodies to keep this infection from spreading?
Well, you can suspect it.
Yeah, because we had all
I'm
those
not.
ashes and stuff like that, and it seemed like that's what was going on. So maybe I'll ask the other crew, how do we deal with the bodies of these Xenos and these aliens and our dead crew?
And so of course, the medical officer says, "Well, we usually just put them in jars to store them." I don't know about this, and he points over to the thing that's been brained. I have never seen that before.
Well, I don't think we have really time for like any kind of scientific research, and we should play things cautiously and maybe just the alien body, either space it or burn it, cremate it.
Maybe just easier to space it out because then you don't have to.
Yeah,
setting fire on a ship is usually not a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even from a naval standpoint, that's one of the things that scares them the most. Once a fire catches on a ship, if you don't put it out, that's kind of a death sentence. There's no escape.
Eat up your oxygen pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, yep.
Poison you pretty quick.
So
there's always airlocks is the nice thing. So you can just quickly open an airlock and all the bad air is gone, and smoke and everything, and then just close it up again.
Well, that is one way.
Clean rooms with oxygen in them.
I mean, yeah. Again, like I said, you don't want to lose air. Any more than normal. So that's why I said it's normally you can just do the airlock, have someone there with a shovel, and just
Yeah, there it goes. Is there a place where I can access the computer just like?
I'm not able to access the
Uh,
doctor's journal for some reason.
oh, you know what? I can do that if you want. Let me check. Configure ownership. Oh, you know why? Because I only had George access it to tell you what's in there, because he was the one that did
Oh
the
yeah,
roll to find it.
Oh,
and yeah,
Okay.
he did express that this vaccine was probably in some ways strengthening the alien, basically through kind of a sort of a survival of the fittest kind of way.
So Vanessa, do you want to try? I mean, you can give if you want to do a Well, you don't have any contact. You can try rolling your contact. If you get one skill, I'll unlock it for everybody else.
Okay,
Yep.
Comtech roll. Just to roll. Does it hit the wrench? What does it do?
And you should just click on where it says contact
Oh, okay.
for wit. There you go. Yep. It's gonna be unlocked for everyone. Okay, now you should be able to look at it.
okay, cool. See if I can make sense
Yeah.
of
What
it.
do I? Piloting. Okay, I could pilot the
Oh, okay.
ship there. If you're not feeling well enough.
Yeah, you have a decent
mean-
pilot. Yep. Who has the Armalite rifle that after Kayla got? You see the Armalite. Who are you gonna give that to?
Let's see. Who's got the best skills with the guns? I guess.
Technically, Leah, but the Marine will not allow you to give her a gun.
Well, the Marine doesn't have the choice in that matter.
Yes, she does.
You know. Then I will hold the gun, and then I will just when he leaves the room, give it to Leah.
I have 0 in range combat.
Now you can probably give Leah your bolt gun, but yeah, the assault rifle, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll pass.
I don't care how good the brakes are on this wheelchair. I'm flying backwards.
So that's what I'm saying. Is I can move stuff around for that if that's easy enough. So
Let's see here. Ranged combat, close combat, mobility. Medical aid. All right. Let's see if I can find something to help fix up our friend here who's
so
the
the med pot does work. You can try putting her in there, and that will give her that should help.
Oh yeah, the alien's out of it now.
Yes.
Maybe
if
we
you
need
want to do
clean
it because it kind of looks like there was some blood inside of it, so it doesn't look like it's the most sanitary.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe I'll get some like some what do you call that stuff, like some hydrogen peroxide or something, start cleaning it up a little bit, and then if your character is willing, we'll put you in there.
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just start grabbing whatever we can do to clean that thing up, and of course, if there's any gloves or whatever and masks and things, we'll just take as much precautions as we can.
All right, you're going to be removing your panic's going to be gone. There's Shadow, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
And because you're going to be resting for about 8 hours, basically in there while it does.
And I'll be reading. I'll be continuing to read the journal.
No, you'll be unconscious in there.
Oh, okay, then I won't be reading it. Good thing I'm a speed reader.
I mean, you can dream about
Evelyn Wood taught me herself.
Yes.
Do you have to do any kind of med roll?
Give me just a second here. I need to delete stuff. Yes, go ahead and roll the med roll, and then you can add 3 dice to it.
All right, medical.
You should have an option. You should have an option to do that. If not, then let me know.
Let's see. It just says. Well, I'm on my character sheet here, and it just says medical aid. Can I add? Just put
So
right now it says 1. I put 4.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, for your medical. Well,
yeah.
Good grief, you have a lot. Is it 4? Wow.
No, it's 4 now. I changed it from 1 to 4.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, put it back to
No.
1.
Okay.
But that works there. You want to push it? Do you want to push it or not? I would say it doesn't
it
hurt
didn't
if
work.
you push it.
Let's see. I didn't see what the role was.
It should say rolling medical aid under the chat.
All right. I think because my Windows, my
Okay.
my
If you go to the
character
chat message, it should show up, and you just click
chat.
push.
Here we go. Okay. So I got 1 success. It looks like.
If you did,
Yeah.
and your push gives you the ability to roll all the other dice again.
Yeah. Let's do it again.
Oh crap! Yeah.
What happened?
That's a lot. You got 5 successes, so
Oh, great.
basically, it's going to be knitting your knee back together after a shift.
Good as new. But I gain a stress or something, right? For pushing.
You would, but you're going to have enough time to get this off because nothing else is going on for this.
Okay.
What it meant is if
before I go under, I tell everybody, burn the docs, research, destroy all of it, destroy the samples, the what the hell, the treatment. I can't freaking think of the word. What am I thinking?
the vaccine.
Thank you. God, yeah, I've got a blind spot for that word for some reason. And then I, conk out from the anesthetic or
burn it all. Burn it all. Don't let him. Yeah, we'll just ignore it.
And natural immunity to the alien is more better than the vaccinated immunity.
more better.
Yeah. See, it worked for Kyla or Kylie, whatever her name is.
That's right.
She ain't gonna.
What are you on for comms, Omen now?
What's that?
Like, how are we passing notes back and forth? What are you monitoring?
You can set up your own communication if you want, because you do have. I mean, it's going to be basically like normal radio. Where you just change.
I meant player to GM.
Oh, sorry. Just let me know. The problem is that my phone has stuff, and if I'm not looking at it at that moment, but yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now I understand that. And you can roll your Comtech too if you want to find out good stuff. And you can also ask questions, things like that. However you want to do it.
All right.
What is that, man? I've never seen that. That's a creepy thing.
Who's the most senior engineer or tech left on board the ship from the original crew?
Oh, the original crew. So if the original crew, which we haven't lost anyone yet, we have, well, Daniel Cooper, of course, is dead.
Or who had authority over them if there isn't any remaining?
Yes. So you have Flynn, which he's the medic. You have Lori Clayton, which would be the most senior, which is, of course, the what's she called? She is the she's the corporate person, of course.
Okay. Well, she might be the easiest one to convince then, because if you go up to a corporate person and you say you want to just start doing more work, generally they just point you to it. You're not going to get a raise. So I'll go up to her.
So there's a total of 5, basically. Okay. So you have Albert Johns, Flynn, Clayton, and Valerie Reed, because Cooper.
Well, they're all in the room and they're in their powwow. I'm just going to put it out there that I want to log in. I want access to a terminal so I can look at repair logs and maintenance schedules, so I can see what the heck went on last with this ship, which has been going through space forever, and it's getting blown up, shot up, lit on fire. Repairs need to be made. I'm your best tech you got going here. I need information. So just give me the login and username, and I'll get out of your hair.
So they'll get Johns and Clayton will give you access to all of the engineering journals.
Okay.
And then they say, hey, what we really need you to do is work on the basically the bridge where the person put an axe through the panel. They said, well, we need to get one of those panels working. So we need to get sensors up We'll need to get a life support up, which I mean, you've already done life support.
Can you
And then
point
we'd
me
like to
towards
get
the stock room or the tech room where the spare terminals, parts, all the stuff I'd be able to use, facilitate setting up
so yes.
the
So, let me see.
bridge again?
But there should be one. And again, I haven't done this. It's been a little bit like everything else. I'm trying to find the scenes. There is I'm trying to remember if it's deck C. So if I suddenly flip that, it'll be okay. But you should also have the ability to look at that within the journal.
Okay.
Let's see. For deck C, you can see cargo bay 1 and 2. You see the storage rooms. I know that we had you down there for a bit, so I can always move you back.
Okay.
Yeah, poor Kayla is dead, so she's no longer there.
We're on C right now?
You should be seeing C right now.
I do see C, yeah.
Yeah,
C,
and
C,
if you look into your notes within the journal, it should have the full thing. If you tell me where you'd like to go, I can just move your character over there without any problems.
I'll just go to the nearest engineering station where I can get into a terminal and start reading up on all those logs.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
There's a lot of work to do on this, so it's going to take several. It's going to take several days to work everything out, especially with Kayla, who would have been the person that you normally required to do it. And unfortunately, let's see. I just want to look at
and I have to take a crash course basically in this ship because who says I'm even familiar with this make, model, class, whatever.
Well, that's true, but you know, at a certain point, it's like, well, you're somewhat familiar. Here's a sad thing. I think you're the only character that actually has. Well, the Marine has a little bit, but basically, you're the only one that I think has any heavy machinery. Does Vanessa Miller have heavy machinery?
I don't think so.
I'm looking at it now.
Command.
No, she does not. So you're basically the only person that knows how to fix anything on this ship.
Yeah, and Kylie, I think it was mostly more her comms. I don't think she had much other stuff.
I'm asking a crew member to back me up, and basically, when I have my eyes and head glued into a terminal, that there's someone with their back to the wall next to me that's able to like kind of keep a lookout.
So you can do that. You can put, if you would like to have Valerie with you, she's more than willing. Well, yeah, she now that Leah is unconscious, she's not worried about it. She has no problems backing you up.
She's all paranoid about.
So one quick question.
She's a badass. I mean, when you look at the stats and stuff, she's, you know, if you want like action, she's the one to go for it. But you know, that's what happens when you take enough steroids that people can't quite tell if you're male or female. Should a woman have a 20-inch neck? I don't think that's natural. And I don't mean one with walls. I mean, you know, it looks more like, you know, Mike
So
Tyson.
they do in fact grow big and dumb on the farm planet.
With regards to the captain of the Kronos, are they the original captain, or are they kind of like the person that's kind of been made captain after a few of them?
He is actually the second officer. So that means that there was a captain and a first officer.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, well, congratulations, you've been promoted. You're like, wait a
minute. In terms of experience and rank in the company, is there a difference here, or is there like, I'm trying to come up with a way to like, okay, I'm here, I'm going to take over as command.
John's is okay with that. You can kind of tell this is I mean,
don't pin this shit on me, right?
I mean, he is kind of like, this is out of my depth. I just want everyone to stay alive. Hey, if you're, you know what, if you're willing to step up here, you know, I said, this is too stressful. He says, I've lost enough friends. We started off with 17 people, and we're down to 4.
Yeah.
And then you just had 2 more that lost. He says, you know, he said, I was just here, you know, doing my normal stuff, you know, just doing my watches and saying, hey, if something goes wrong, I'd wake the captain up. You know, I never expected anything like this.
Okay. All right. I guess that yeah. The main plan is to try to get this. I guess this ship fixed and moving. And then we could possibly and the other thing is to make a defensible space that's not as. So I don't remember. I don't remember if we had realized that the aliens are moving through like the ductwork and things, or somebody had
Well,
told
this
us
thing
that.
definitely did. This
Yeah.
thing did.
So
Now, you do have, and I messed up, and we mentioned it in yesterday's game, but you all do have a motion
yeah.
tracker.
So I'm gonna maybe I'll be fiddling with the motion tracker while just to keep an eye out what's going on. And one of the things is maybe if there's like a somebody could start welding grates onto the ductwork or something. Some spots where they be coming through. You're not completely seal them off, but at least some steel bars of some kind to just kind of slow them down.
Okay. Shed, if you don't mind, could you roll me a stamina roll for your character?
Let me get over there. Stamina. Where is that?
It's on. So when you open up your character sheet, it should be under skills.
Oh, okay. How's that?
Very good. That's it. Oddly enough, why is there stress in your character? Let me double check.
I think
Because
I was
I've been
supposed to
under
roll.
an inordinate amount of stress lately.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. I just saw you. Okay. All right. No, you just rolled your stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why in the world it gave me certain ones.
0 6s.
Oh, by the way, if you want to push, you can, Shadow, but you don't have to. Oh.
No.
So much for
good.
that. Okay,
Yeah,
so I
that was
saw that
mean.
Cham did his stuff too. All right. Okay, so unfortunately, you're in La La Land. It may take a little bit longer for you to heal up.
That's okay. Let these guys get some role playing in. I'm good.
Sure, that's fine.
I can plot in my sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess
So,
I'll
so Vanessa will be your de facto captain if you're taking charge. Technically, Lori Clayton is officially in. You know, as long as basically it's like the military commissar kind of thing, which is as long as it's good for the company, you can do whatever you want. So,
okay. All right. Yeah. So I'm just trying to start getting everybody together. Um, coordinate with like our motion sensors and stuff like that. See if there's anything that's one first. I guess we've killed two already. See if there's anything showing up, and maybe not go too far from each other, but maybe at least on this deck, just kind of do a little patrol, maybe as we get a little further out to see if anybody catches anything. And we're assuming they're going through some kind of ductwork or Jeffrey's tubes or whatever they have on these things. Oh, I should pull up my Zoom, my Discord.
okay, and I'm going to send. Okay. So while you're doing that, you notice a faint blip
Okay.
over in the yeah, over in the mess hall. Interestingly enough, so I'm going to flip it back while, of course, Off Grid is going through the cargo bay. Actually, Off Grid, let me give you a couple of things here which you can put up for everyone, because I know everyone's split apart. I want to give everything in here. Let me, as a Paul is trying to find all these little things around. Let me see if I can give you is it the journal? Yeah, where I have the art. Where did that go? Please tell me I didn't get rid of all my stuff. Okay, there's Chariot.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
A blip. So I was listening to Max Liao's channel, I guess, on
Yes.
Friday. And there
Mm-hmm.
were a couple of guys that do like online games, and there was a lot of positive things said about Foundry.
My biggest negative for Foundry is it is so complicated that it has a very steep learning curve.
Hmm.
Other than that, I don't have any real problems with it. Okay, so whichever one Shadow would like to do, I have opened up storage rooms and the mess hall if you all want to look at them. But I know that you guys are split apart, so I'm not trying to.
They are in Discord.
No, but I can get you the Discord part here. Let me. Well, I can find them in there. Okay. Okay. Sorry, as we're all typing back and forth in the background as I'm trying to go through here. Let me find this so I can get there.
Yeah, and our background conversation can probably take it. It can kind of
Yeah.
take over time. So
So let's see. I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to get Shadow his picture of this as you all go into the mess hall. Let me find it because I have to go into. I have to go find all my images. And I find the right image there because a lot of them I had to keep redoing until they worked. Okay, so here's one of them just for Shadow. I'm going to send this off to you. These
Where
are
are you
the,
sending them? Personal or
I'm sending them under your stuff, so you can put them online if you want. This is what the storage room has, basically. Just to give you a feel. I'm not saying it's completely limited, but it gives you an idea of what's there. So that's more so Off Grid can see it. I've opened it up too for storage room 1, 2, and 3.
yeah?
And then I have the mess hall, which will be the next one I need to find.
Okay. Can everybody see that? Can you guys see that?
Mhm. What are all those
Okay,
urns?
I have loads.
Okay, so this is the tech rooms and stuff I have access to.
Yeah, these are the storage rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, oil drums and
So
canopic
yes,
jars.
that is probably what they were using to burn the things.
Mhm.
And then, of course, there's a tool room. There's one room where it looks like they burned it out, and the other one has a bunch of those containers.
So
Were these
there's.
were
Go
these
ahead.
jars like something they had of their own, or is he's like found like on some alien civilization?
Mm. Well, so you talk to John, and he's going. Um, he said we found those. And,
Oh,
he said he takes you off the side, so Lori doesn't say it. He says, "I don't trust her, just like I don't trust any of the people. She seems more interested in just about money and everything else." He said there were 17 of us. We went down and we found several of these, and he said then we started seeing a couple people morphed into those monsters that you guys shot, and that we left the science module behind. We took what we could and we left. Um, Ava, who was our synthetic, was awake, and we haven't been able to find her. Um, yeah, he said. Well, he says we haven't found her. He says, but I don't know where she is. But she was on the ship, controlling everything. Um,
hmm.
so
All
that
right.
was so for her. She was supposed to be running everything. I don't know why some of the we did rotate some of the people around, so I'm not sure what's going on with her. So I
Okay.
should get this last one to you. And this is the mess hall, which looks like which interestingly enough, actually looks like a giant mess. Um,
So I'm wondering possibly that blip on the motion detector could be Ava or an alien or both.
all right, give me one second. I'll be right back.
And there's the messy mess hall.
A messy mess hole. Oof. That's not sanitary. How did it get so messy? Like you figure. Well, I guess is the alien eating it?
Ceilings could have caved in from some type of thing that happened in here, and just
Hmm.
like debris falling from the ceiling, explosion. I don't know.
It looks more like some crazies had a food fight. The alien would have probably, I don't know, just I got a lot of ideas, but I'm unconscious.
So off in the corner, you see what looks like a female just slumped in the corner. Um, I mean, it's not shown in this picture, but you can see that there's a female off in the back corner over there. Um, it looks like there's a white fluid that's been sprayed over some of these areas, and part of the white fluid trails over to where she is.
Hmm.
Oh. Well, let's see. So female. I wouldn't probably know much about the replicants, whatever they're called. Um,
Synthetic.
synthetics. But it sounds like a synthetic, but like I said, I don't know if I'm metagaming on that. I'm going to slowly approach and maybe examine it.
Okay.
Remember what happened last time? Your character slowly approached something, examined it.
Yeah.
He's like, "That's okay. I think this is going to be safe."
Okay. Oh wait, I I should check my Discord.
Okay. So, so as you approach her, you get over there, um, and are you with anyone else?
If anybody else wants to come, I guess.
John would probably
Like,
follow with you. Yeah.
yeah, okay. I'll
So
just tell them to step back a little bit, just in case something happens, to be able to react.
yes.
John is the former the former second lieutenant.
Yes. Yes. So
Okay.
he would be familiar with Ava.
Okay.
And as you shine your flashlight over there, he's like, "Yes, that's Ava. Looks like she's been damaged by something."
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can maybe drag her out and see find a spot where we can take her to see if we can repair her or
Okay.
access her memories or something like that. I guess
Sure.
would it be a med bay or would it be something more of a like a technical room of some kind?
Let's see. Um, I'm trying to remember which ones are with all the different rooms in here. She would be in the. Sorry, as I switch scenes around. So probably you would have her. You could do in the science bay or the med bay for her.
Okay, maybe the med bay just so it's more of we're all kind of in the same room.
Okay, that sounds good. So okay, so you did that. You'll hook her up. It seems like she can still move, but and you do see her eyes flickering up. She's just having problems talking.
Okay. Let's see. Anybody have any kind of, I guess, technical skill? I think mine are only kind of med. Maybe somebody from the Kronos crew, or even
If you
perhaps
you know what,
Lyron.
Flynn has some of it. Because I think some of this would be Comtech along with some of the others. So let's see if Flynn can do this. Of course, he has better equipment now. So Flynn will work on her, but it's going to take a while. But
Okay.
he thinks he can get her into shape.
Great.
But you can start hearing him cursing.
Another character I can be.
Flynn's kind of is cursing and things. It seems like he's pretty agitated, and you're not even sure why. It's not like anything's that hard. It's just it seems like the stress has really gotten to him.
Okay, so a quick question: the blip that we saw on the thing, was this the blip that we were seeing, or of motion?
Most likely,
okay,
because it was in the location where you found Ava.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep scanning the blips, and then as we're kind of, and like I said, we'll try to stay close, not try to be not too many rooms that far. Like don't go to another deck. We'll try and stay on this deck, and maybe not even go too far. Like we're in any spot where like an alien might be able to come through like any vents or access panels and stuff like that, and then we can perhaps start closing those off as best we can.
Yes. So
I'll lend whatever aid I can with heavy machinery.
Okay.
Kind of follow along as directed.
Well, Valerie's trying to help out, which is working. You're going through. If I assume that you're trying to chat her up. Just now, I mean, you do have a little contact, but it's not. You're not the wittiest person. So.
Let's see. And what's Valerie? She's the sort
she's
of the
Marine.
corporate person. Oh, she's the Marine. I thought she was the corporate. Okay.
No. So Lori Clayton is the corporate.
Okay. Maybe I should hit her up and see what's going on with her.
Okay.
See how she's handling the situation. What pick her brain for what's going on. If she has a little insight on what corporate's thinking.
All right. So, so anyway, she says, of course, you go into her room where she's going, and she looks pretty disgusted, and you see a bloody bed. And she's like, oh my God, what the hell happened here? And then, of course, she smiles as if nothing happened, which always makes you feel weird and creepy. And someone's just like, oh, how can I help you, Vanessa? I guess Ms. Miller.
Just wanted to see if you had any sort of insight as to what corporate wants to happen here and what we're doing.
Well, we were part of a scientific mission that was from, apparently 73 years ago. And we have, they would like us to bring back all the information, both from our excavation and whatever we found there.
Okay. Since you've been reawakened recently, have you been in contact with them at all?
No, because our communications aren't fully working yet. We need to get all of this up and running, along with the ship, and then we can communicate. I mean, other than the fact that we can sit, we've already sent a distress beacon.
How about the ship's computer, Mother?
Mother should be working. I believe you and I have both been able to use it, but Mother's not holding back on our ability to communicate. It's more the fact that we just don't have power to our communications. That's the issue.
Yeah.
It did not help that someone put in an axe into our communication and piloting.
Yes.
We need that fixed.
All right. So you think Mother is functioning properly?
I believe so. As much as can be for 73 years, because of course this is an older version than what you would have had on your ship.
Okay.
We were a scientific vessel. If any of you saw Prometheus, that's what this vessel would have looked like in its prime. And now this is what's there.
I will kind of remind this person that we are in a ship, and command is command, and any kind of orders you might get from the company that puts this ship in our lives in jeopardy will be dealt with.
So you shouldn't worry about that. Everything should be fine. We just need to get the ship up and running.
Yeah,
that's our safest way. Unfortunately,
priorities are safe is keeping people alive to get the ship up and running.
And said, even if we had the option to leave, unfortunately, our emergency escape vehicles, so the EEVs, they apparently, we had a few people try using those, and I don't know whatever happened to them. And apparently, listening to you, no one else knew what happened to them. So I assume that the people who fled on those either died or still lost out there.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to send. Can I communicate quite secretly with OGG's character?
Sure. Well, you can go wherever you want. Like I said, Lori's looking over like, I'm going to have to clean up this room. This is just a disgusting mess.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Okay, so I want to just
not only that, someone had the gall to go into my room and sleep on it, and apparently bleed all over it. She's very has an affront, and you can see like there's a bloody bed. Like,
yeah.
Just, how dare they use this while I was in Cairo sleep?
Yeah, I'll see if we find a spare, but don't go off on your own. Use the buddy system, and keep in communications, because we don't know how many of these creatures are on the ship.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing is, and like I said, there's several people like in the med bay. We'll kind of make that as a rallying point that we can go to.
Sure.
As, if you're like don't know where what's going on, or you're being chased or whatever, head to the med bay. There's going to be somebody there.
Well, and they have intercoms that should work everywhere, so you can just press them.
So I'm going to hit the OG's character. I'm going to basically talk about maybe start throwing these canopic jars off the ship.
Hey guys, we aren't going to worry about what the corporate wants.
Yeah.
By
Oh,
the
then
way, you know, if these are as valuable as you think that they are, they could be, you could talk about a lot of money here too. So
yeah. And also, the ship is worth a lot too,
yes.
and a crew is worth a lot.
Well, there's a
Yeah,
difference between moral value and enough money to buy your own ship.
yeah. And I'm not
not,
trusting.
not to mention the ability to spend any of said money. Hard to do if you're
Yeah,
dead.
Yeah.
Hey! It's a lot harder to spend your money when you're dead than like to vote if you're dead. So
yeah. So what room was those jars in? That was the Well, there were some in the one that where we found the bones
there's
and
some in the
stuff.
med bay right now.
Okay.
There are
Yeah.
some in the
Let's.
science bay, and then I don't know. You'd have to talk to off grid if he's. I know that everyone, if you talk about metagaming, off grid found someone in the storage, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he told anyone.
Yeah. And I think there was some in the like where they took what's his name, Wilson.
Yeah. So that's the science
Um,
lab.
all
The
right.
science
So
lab
yeah,
one has
let's
them.
we'll start with the med bay. At least
Okay.
if you're willing to go along with me, let's get rid of them out of the med bay. We'll just tell him we took them out of the med bay because we're trying to make a perimeter. We won't
Mm-hmm.
say that we spaced them, but we will space them and then say, well, we just put them in another room somewhere.
Well, you could always put them in the if you don't feel comfortable, you could probably lock them up into the science module.
Oh, where the empty area is? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
because if you
Where the science
notice,
module was? Okay.
and if you notice, there are no, those little dotted lines.
Hmm.
Those are kind of your air shafts that you can go through if you need to.
Okay.
So there are no air shafts
Um,
in there. So
is there
basically,
any?
if anything's in there, it can't come out or come in.
Okay. Is there any airlocks to get things out of from there or no?
Well, yes, I said that you could do the airlock. It's a one big airlock,
No, no, no.
basically.
Yeah. Oh, no, but is the so the science the module we could if we did need to if we put them in there and then we said we just got to get rid of it. No, I think I want them off the ship. I want them
Okay.
because it becomes now it becomes a valuable thing that they're after. Once they're gone, they can't come back for them. They can't double cross us for them or
Yes.
anything like that. So I want them off the equation. So off the ship completely. If it's the nearest airlock, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, the
If
airlocks are on the edge. There are 4 airlocks
Mhm,
everywhere. They need to be repaired. You had the
mhm,
one way at the top,
mhm.
but the problem with that one is you can't open it without like sucking out a lot of your air because
Okay,
that one that was the one where you had the umbilical cord that
okay.
locked in, but you had to break it. That was one of them. Um,
Couldn't they use a forklift or something to bring it all to the cargo hold and like just jet the cargo hold out?
yeah, you could. You know what you theoretically could do is how you have your little sled.
Mm-hmm.
You could put it all on the sled, which is in the cargo hold, which is the way that you came off of your other ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then just I don't know what happened when the sled suddenly slid off and went off into space.
That'll work.
That's up to you all.
Yep, I'm all for working with George to get all those urns on the
Okay.
sled.
And not only that, that probably won't raise as many red flags if you can give a good reason to Lori about that.
We just won't ask for permission. We'll just kind of do it.
I
Yeah.
know, but who knows?
Try,
That's the
try,
question I'm trying to
yeah.
say is it's much easier to say, hey, we're going to put these all in here. So if we have to leave the ship, we can all put them on the sled, and then just mysteriously, the sled goes off
So
into
this
space
is
and
a big
blows up.
this is a big ship. Like
It is.
while we're doing stuff, are the rest of the people being useful? Or are they just sitting around looking at computer terminals watching us?
So Flynn is working on Ava. Valerie's working with you. John is with George. The only other person is Lori Clayton, which is your corporate.
Okay. Well, that's a bit of the problem. If we're working with the people from that ship, then we don't really have our agency to do what we want because they're like there to watch or oversee your tattletale.
Right.
So we
it
should try to
depends
avoid them and shun
Like-
them and just do our own thing. So we have our own agency
But
and break the cameras every chance we get. Like I'm going to pretend I'm fixing cameras and I'm just wrecking cameras everywhere I can go. Like because I'm a tech, so I could get in there and just pull wires out, put it back in place. Just looks like it's shorting out.
yeah. So, that's interesting. So you find out that Valerie has a synthetic arm, and
Because as far as we know, like basically, the corporations are watching us right now through the cameras, and that was the whole override thing and putting us on here to continue the experiment. I think.
well, that's true. But like I said, everyone's watching. There's a buddy system, so everyone has someone with them right now.
Mhm.
So, with the exception of Lori, Lori's the
Yep.
only one, and she's kind of standoffish for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, the real issue is probably more Lori, and you have to go ahead and roll your empathy.
Roll which stat?
Your empathy.
Okay.
Synthetics have empathy?
Okay. So, all right. So I'm playing all coy, and
Well, no. Here's the reason: is this will allow you to kind of judge Valerie. That's why I'm asking you all your empathy.
Ah.
no,
I'm not
but what George's response was.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I'm trying to play all coy, and the gig's up. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point?
But you also know that she's enough that she can tell if you start sabotaging things. So they all want to get home.
I don't even know where the hell the empathy is. Oh, there it is at the top.
Yeah, should just be under your.
Blanks as usual.
Yep. What is? I'm gonna have to fix your. Okay. Yep. So anyway,
I don't understand how the odds of this game is like where you could roll like 3-4 times and not get a 6.
yeah, it's going to come in there. Unfortunately for your character, yeah, sorry, I mean that. Okay. So it seems like Valerie's just interested in making sure everyone's safe, but she does not have. She seems like a fairly simple person, but you can tell she's pretty broken. But you don't know if you can trust her 100% or not.
Okay.
But like I said, you do find out that actually she's retired. She left and then took this job, and she said, "Oh, pays well. This should be easy. Just provide basic security in case there's a brawl or something. Just basically act kind of like a police force. Hey, we have weapons just in case." She did have, she does talk. I don't know if you want to talk to her about her arm, but
She's got a synthetic arm.
yes. So when it was basically she lost an arm in combat, and then they gave her a new one. But she does not seem to be a synthetic. But like yourself, that who knows? That's the kind of thing. It's like, well, maybe that's what's going on. But everyone underestimates her because she's short. But like I said, the woman's built like a box. She's like a little Samoan woman that somehow was like transfused with a Wolverine. So
So, Vanessa, I'm kind of tired. I'm fading fast here. It's been a long day. It's been a lot of reading. I'm gonna go have a sleep.
Okay. Um,
So I'm
okay.
headed somewhere where there's a bed to go take a nap.
That would be the living area. Um,
Okay.
somewhere in there. So we'll just put you over there if I can. Doo-doo-doo. There. um,
All I have is a game paused
yeah, I'm sorry
face
about that.
hugger over the.
Yeah, that's fixed. So now you can
Okay.
move. That's, but I haven't moved to one since I said, "Oh, okay, we can do some of these things." In the meantime, go ahead.
I'm free.
Yeah, you're free. Sorry about that, George. um, and basically, everyone's still following the buddy system. So whether you like it or not, Dolly's kind of stuck to you unless you find someone else to hang out with, and then Dolly will peel off to someone else. As you're waiting for Shadow's character to wake up. When you go in there with John, you start noticing that Flynn looks like he's sweating and he's cursing a bit more than normal. But it looks like he's getting Ava up and running.
Okay. All right. I think I'll So we got the stuff out of the med lab and a few other places. I guess my main focus will probably help out with that stuff,
Okay.
and maybe periodically check in the med lab, see if Shadow or the synthetic is up and running.
So, and then are you going to have Flynn help you out? Because it looks like he says, well, Ava will take her self-repair systems will take a little bit, but I'm
Okay. Flynn. No. Flynn. No. Keep Flynn here.
okay.
I'm not sure if I trust him. I don't know him too well.
Well, Flynn says, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some sleep." Is what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay.
But that's what he's really trying to say. Is, hey, you need me, or
Oh yeah. If he goes to sleep, then I'll keep an eye on the med bay then.
Okay. All right. And so, if everyone's going to be asleep, you're going to have guards and things like that. So everyone kind of takes their shift. I'm going to shift it forward a little bit so no one feels too bad about things. But Kayla, you're going to be able to. You're going to wake up from your shift. Your knees stiff, so you can.
Kayla? Who the hell's that?
Kayla, I'm sorry, Leah. Leah can now walk.
Move about the cabin?
Yeah, you can. But if you want to do anything like run, that's going to take both your actions rather than just one. Sorry about that. So Off-Grid said restream crash. You'll be good.
Before I start training for the Olympics, I'm going to try and catch up on what I missed from the captain
Okay.
or anybody else who's willing to fill me in on what happened while I was asleep. Is there any new developments?
And you wake up and you start, same thing like normal whenever you wake up out of the med. Whenever you wake up from a med pod or anything else, you feel dehydrated and a splitting migraine.
I'm going to rifle through the med bay looking for something to relieve my symptoms.
Well, you do find some drugs, so you can feel a little bit better there.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I feel really better.
Yes. you start taking the various like narco leave and a few of these others, and if the pain's still not going away. And
Okay, well,
George,
I'm
where are
going to
you?
fill my pocket. I'm going to fill my pockets, uh, anyways, not just my
Okay.
stomach, because I'm probably thinking I need to eat. So I'm going to take, whatever I can take with me, without it bulging out my pockets, looking like I just.
Hey, George, where are you in right now? You also in the med lab?
Yeah, I'm in the med lab, but I guess now you're once I'll check on the synthetic and see if they're
Okay.
functioning yet.
All right.
We got a synthetic now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Do me a favor. Roll your stamina again, Shadow.
Okay, give me just a second. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba, oh, jeez, that's a whole bunch of dice. I didn't mean to do that.
All right.
I just clicked the button once, man. Or is it because I'm retarded?
All right. Shadows begins to go down and starts convulsing. In the meantime, John immediately like, shoot her now.
Oh no.
George?
Um, he would do the same for me.
Apparently the vaccine does work, or at least not enough that this happens, but
I didn't have the vaccine. What are you talking about?
I know. That's my whole point.
All right, so I will. Yeah, I will try to put you down
Oh,
towards
yeah. Well,
one
first
in
thing
the
you have
head.
to do is roll empathy, as you're going to be horrified again. So, well,
Okay.
you have to fail your
Empathy
empathy check. Oddly enough, if your empathy succeeds, you can't shoot Shadow.
succeeds. Okay.
I know it sounds the exact opposite,
Highlight
but yeah, it's
actors. Let me get my
the
character
more
up again.
humanity you have, the less likely you're going to kill someone in cold
Journal.
blood.
Players. Where am I? Actors. Right. Chair of the Gods. Actors. Chariot. PCs. Let's see here. Empathy. Where is that? Okay, so just click the word empathy.
And John's going to try shooting as well. So
All right, something got rolled, I think.
yeah, that was for John.
Cancel that then. Okay, so I roll empathy.
Yes.
Let's roll
So
stress dice.
just the stat. Just the stat. No stress die. Well, yeah. Well, you'll get one stress die.
You know, it's giving me like a little pop up saying roll stress dice.
Okay.
I guess I hit that. I don't know what that is.
Okay. All right. All right. So I see that you aren't able to shoot, but he is. Let's see if he can shoot. If he can kill the little bugger. So you see the same thing that happened before. Except this thing starts coming out like yeah.
Where?
You know what? I'll let you pick where in the human body this thing's going to pop out, and you get to
It's in
describe
me.
its
I got
shadow.
you.
Yes.
It's gonna come out my forehead.
Okay. So, yes, he was able to. It doesn't have the little. Sometimes I hate it when it does that. I'm trying to look for the other monsters. Darn it. I'll just roll. There we go. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see what happens here with it. All right, it tries coming at you, George.
All right, I'll shoot it. I don't think I need an empathy roll for that. I'm not even sure what I'm shooting with.
Well, it tries
Yeah.
coming at your leg.
Mhm.
You know, you're able to kick it away before it screams, dying.
All right. So, do I shoot or no?
It's dead. It's
Okay.
dead. John
So
shot
how did I get infected?
the air on the ship, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
At
I
a
was
certain
kind of
point,
confused. I thought it was pretty careful.
no, I understand, but there's a certain point where you have to. Yeah, that's the problem with this whole. That's why they were trying to tell you to take the vaccine, because this is what they see happen. So then, of course, they're like, "I thought you took the vaccine." That's what John's saying. What the hell? Then, of course, they find out, no, you didn't take the vaccine. So, what are you doing?
Yeah, but the vaccine's no good. It just slows it down.
Well, just remember the old part, which is, is that are the side effects worse than the cure, or is the cure? Yeah, so that's what it comes down to it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
The vaccine doesn't do anything. It gives you a couple
Um,
more hours.
maybe. Well, no one else has been affected that has taken it. So, Shadow, which character would you like to play now?
What do we got? What do we got to choose from?
You have Valerie, Lori Clayton, which is the corporate.
You just telling me names.
Okay, okay. So you have the Marine for Valerie.
Yeah, no.
You have John, which is the de facto captain of the Kronos, but he's completely. You have Flynn, who is the medic, and so let's see. Did I get all four of them? Yeah, Lori, Valerie, John, and Flynn. So basically, your medic, your corporate, your Marine, and your de facto captain.
Well, that's not really much of a choice. Um, clearly not the Marine, clearly not the de facto captain. Corporate, yeah, no. I guess I'm playing medic and armed with the
You know what?
information.
You can become the synthetic too. You're right. I forgot. Yeah, you if you want to be the synthetic.
What's the synthetic? The synthetic is a. I mean, I know that part, but what's the?
Oh, for Ava.
Yeah, what is she?
What's her specialty?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Let me. I'm trying to find this out.
The main question, because I was going by position, not
Okay.
anything else really, because those things are not really.
So Ava is considered a roughneck.
So another Marine?
No. Roughneck are like the people that work in like oil fields, is what they call them. So think of them as the space.
Oh, okay, those kind of roughnecks.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, leatherneck is what you're thinking with Marine.
Okay.
And let me put.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the medic, anyways, because I just got through reading what I read, and that info is percolating and telling me, game over, man.
Okay.
Have I taken the shot? Did they give me the jab yet? Have I taken it?
Yes, everyone has taken the shot except for poor Leah, who had the thing burst out of her head, and Cooper, who also had the thing burst out of his head. So it's
Gotcha.
So pretty much everyone that did that has had that. So I will allow you access to Flynn now. So Flynn is. You now have. Now you're considered owner. I'm going
Can you
to
just double check if Omen's OG's back? It might be backstage.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you.
Yeah. He got too wrapped up in the whole thing.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go. Sorry about that, man.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I got dead. I got dead. I got a little bit of a headache.
Apparently, the
Yeah.
jab works.
You got healed in one way, but the problem is that the thing basically had enough time to, morph inside of you. Liam's here. There we go.
How many player ones do we got left?
Just you.
Okay, you're the only original.
I mean, how many more skin suits until we're cleaned out?
Oh, until you're cleaned out. Well, let's see. Let's see.
Like
We
3 more
have
besides us.
John's, Clayton.
We're doing 4 more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a flashlight and start exploring the ship, looking for aliens
Okay. So then there's Valerie.
secretly, not
Well,
not
yeah.
telling
Well,
anybody.
Valerie's sticking with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
because it's a
not
buddy
smart of her.
system. Unless you get someone else, they're not allowing you to just wander around by your own.
I have no problem leading her into danger.
Well,
Thanks,
I'll
bro.
tell you this much: she's really useful if you do get led around. If you get scared of danger, she's probably the one person you really want with you.
Oh, Shadow's playing the army grunt now.
No, Shadow is now playing the medic.
Oh, okay. Vanessa's like the toe or something, like a solid block.
So Vanessa
You
is with the secondary captain. So she is the she's de facto head of everything. Now a lot of stuff with Lori's, like if you're gonna do stuff like, hey, move these vials over, you probably want to tell Lori some kind of lie to so she doesn't get very suspicious.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. And to be fair, you can say when like, hey, we
I
know
don't
put
have
these on the
access to
sled,
the
so if
dock
we
for some reason.
what's that? I thought I gave you Liam. He should be
I can't
on there,
get to.
isn't he?
Nope. All I got is Lee.
Yeah, Liam's the medic.
Wait. Oh, because he was under NPCs. That's why.
That's right. Yeah. Sorry
Liam
about that.
Flynn. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
As
check
you
out
begin to
skills.
lose, they're kind of like. So, and he has his own agenda in there, and
Yeah, I'm looking at that, but it won't let. Okay.
I've got one other. Let's see. I've got.
Oh,
What?
I did not choose wisely.
Oh, why? What did you want? Just out of curiosity.
Not that.
Is there some-
But that's cool.
Okay.
Way of
I mean, you
knowing
could pick someone
what
else if you wanted.
I know now. No, because then I know things I shouldn't know, and I don't want that.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Just looking over.
Actually, did I put him on there? I put there was Leah. Do you have? I'm trying to make sure everyone's in here. Oh, there's Flynn. All right, sorry, I need to put this in here. Here we go.
Oh yeah, there's those deck maps. Where are those? Those deck maps, I think.
Okay, so Ava is awake. Do you want to talk to her?
Yes. Anybody else want to join me?
Absolutely.
Sure. Let's see what Ava.
Well,
has.
you're asleep right now.
She was the only who's asleep. Me?
No, Flynn. Flynn
Okay.
Flynn went to his room to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm
I'll,
interested to
Okay.
hear what Eva has to say about what went on.
I'll call. I'll send a message to Flynn to wake him up to get him there, just in case, because he's been one of the people that helped get her online. So
On the dock.
he'd probably be useful.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're yeah.
Okay. Shad, I'm going to be sending you a message.
And it's a little metagamey, but I think maybe all of us should be here for this.
Okay,
And I'm
there you go.
guessing that you're sending me a message on Discord.
Yes, I just sent you a message. Yep.
2, 3.
Okay. So Ava wakes up and she's looking around initially as she's trying to go through there. Um, so do you have any questions for Ava? She wakes up and seems very polite and says, "Well, thank you for repairing me. I had a fight with the the with one of the what's she called them, the neomorphs, and it wounded me pretty badly."
How many do you think are on the ship?
Um, there was only one. We got well. Actually, there were a couple. I was able to fight off one or two of them. Um, they do not like any. They do not like any other living thing. So they're very aggressive.
Do they? How do they reproduce? Do they? It seems like they're sort of making. They make a host or something. They kill somebody and then they use them to feed off of to make one, or how does that work?
Have you seen those black mushrooms around? What happens is if those are disturbed, they send out little parasites. So they're actually more like egg sacs rather than mushrooms. So very similar to like if you've ever seen um, egg sacs from spiders. So
Mhm.
they're very, very small. And what they do is they enter an orifice, your ears, your nose. Um, and then what they'll do is then they'll burrow into your head normally. And then they'll start slowly replicating until they form what we call a little blood burster, which apparently, and she looks at the floor and says, that.
Ah. So we can assume that for every person that's been taken, there's one been reproduced for it, kind of a one to
If
one.
that's what has occurred with them, yes. He said, however, that is, that's not the only threat on this ship.
What's the other threat?
So the other threat is turning into very large, like almost gorilla-like creatures.
Okay.
He
They,
said,
they
but go ahead.
they become those after they infect you.
No, those two absolutely despise and hate each other. If you can get them close, in close proximity, they will actually fight to the death with each other.
Oh.
So it's no. What happens with that is the vaccine has a tendency to turn you into one of these, and so over time you slowly become angrier and unfortunately, one of the crew members shot himself to make sure he didn't turn into one, and another one to prevent the ship from ever being found out, put an axe into the panel, trying to prevent the ship from ever flying again.
Ah. So we're all going to turn into gorillas.
Not
So
necessarily.
so that's what killed Kylie or Kaylee, whatever her name was, my last character.
Okay. Yes, so we were able to capture someone that was starting to be turned into that, and we put them into the med pod. We were vivisecting them, and well, actually, we had two of them. One of them broke out before we were able to sedate it, and we had to fight ensue, and then another one also. But we were able to put the other one into stasis. and we were able to do some vivisection. So that one was still alive. Which unfortunately you woke up, and that's what killed Kayla. I mean,
Yeah.
the metagame part of that's what happened. So that gives you the backstory for the med pods.
Okay, so we've only killed one alien, and then the other one was a human that became that creature, which is a side
Mutant.
effect of. Yeah, and I think that one of the bodies had like long arms in the like that we found in that one other room. All right.
Yes, over time it slowly mutates. So the people have what they do is they just become more and more agitated. I would almost make it akin to rabies, where you're rational and then slowly you start changing until the point that you are no longer rational and you're a threat to everyone around you.
Only other question I guess I have is if there's a way to get around that.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to affect everyone.
Ah, well, that's good to know.
However, a vaccine rate of 70% is still better than 0%. But the side effects may occur. You put a warning
Yes.
on the. You need to put a warning on the label. May turn you into a giant monster. And she laughs a little bit.
Let's see.
Nausea, headaches, vomiting, and
Enlarged appendages.
yes,
I
elongation
go
of arms, elongation of head,
explosive
and
diarrhea. I
super
go to
strength. Yes, all of these could occur. Um, she said Dr. Cooper and Flynn used the liquid to help create a vaccine, but I have not seen his notes.
I think we have his notes somewhere, but his notes seem to imply that the vaccine makes them stronger somehow. But it's sort of a philosophical, like, what do you call that? Survival of the fittest kind of manifesto.
Strength through adversity.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to say that's it for this time for the big reveal.
Okay.
If you're okay with that, for saying, hey, that's enough for tonight. Shadow, you okay with
Sure.
that? Okay.
Okay.
Because it
Okay.
just seems like an appropriate way as everything starts ramping up, and you're like, great. Now, who's going to become what? By the way, everyone should get one more story point. So
I'm gonna keep,
What?
that's
well,
a
Is
the
that
story
thing.
some
points
sort
allow
of
you for
joke?
free reroll. That's what they are. The story points are free
I was going
reroll.
to say, is that some sort of joke? I mean,
No. Well, what I'm saying is everyone pretty much met their agendas. So
right. But I mean, did anybody ever use one ever in the 4 sessions?
not
We
No, I
had.
didn't.
yet.
I didn't
Not
know we had story points.
Right.
no,
We didn't
not
know
yet,
our
but you
characters long
can.
enough to, to need a reroll. A reroll versus what?
Where do you find the story points on the sheet?
So if
She
you
called them
follow your
stories.
agenda, you give
Story.
one per act, and that's what generally comes into it. So, but I don't think that they're on the character sheets. I
Okay.
I
So
can
I've got
generally
2 or
remember.
3 of them then.
What's that?
So I've got 2 or 3 of them then.
Everyone should have 2. And if you want to, you can put it in your notes in there and say, "Hey, I have 2 story points."
No, I mean characters that got an amassed story point have died before the end of the
Yes, but this
sessions and
is more
such.
for the
Not you.
players, so the
Oh,
players can keep the story points more than anything else. So as players, you get to use the story points, for those
Regardless of
critical.
which character you're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
and the story point's just a reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, the Montero.
Well, shit, I could have used those rerolls to not have the bug thing crawl out of my head.
So this is what just so you're familiar with the alien rules here, and this is what I did is there are times I said, hey, just roll your stamina. What that is your ability to resist disease. If you pass that, then nothing would have happened. Shadow's stamina was not the greatest, and he failed the one for turning into the neomorph. So that's what happened to him. As far as the vaccine, there's and it's a contested role, which I did earlier, which none of you have realized. But you may or may not be infected, with if the vaccine. So the vaccine protected you from the neomorph, but it may still turn you into a giant, ape-like creature. So, or it may not.
I found the story point spot that's actually on the sheet. There's under general, just under experience.
Yeah.
Just
So if you want to put that too, that's fine by me.
All right.
If you die again and don't use it, I'll let you use it on another character.
You get a max of 3
points.
Yes, because there's generally 3 acts. You get 1 per act, and I figured this was a good place to stop for the second act.
So we have 2 altogether right now?
Yeah.
Yes. So now, if you weren't paranoid enough,
Who, me? Paranoid? I don't know what you're talking about.
anyway, it's like, so I was like, no, I'm not taking the vaccine. Well, that's what you get.
You high? Yeah, that would have. My justification was that I don't know how it would have reacted to the other things that I was doing.
Sure, absolutely. No, I understand, but I mean, it's kind of fun regardless. We don't have to worry about you shooting Valerie now.
Well, yeah. Well, what my plan is I'm gonna if my next character dies, I'm just gonna run Valerie, and I'm just gonna start off the act with blowing my brains out. I win. I'm kidding.
You should have heard my plans.
No, the only thing I don't like so far, I mean, I don't understand any of the mechanics.
Sure.
You tell me to roll dice, I'm going to roll. I'll do the thing.
Right.
But when you play a new character, and then you learn their friends and allies,
Yes.
I don't like that.
So that's not so
it's
much
unavoidable.
So some of that you have to understand is, and again, you keep that secret, but if you're doing a campaign game, what would happen is that you actually get extra experience points for playing your rival and your friend.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do something against your rival, that doesn't mean you have to, but if you put them down or you just make their life a little bit of a pain in the ass, you get an extra experience point. It doesn't mean that you sabotage them to kill them, but just kinds of things like, it could be something as simple as, you know what, I'm putting the dead rat into their socks, and I'm going to wait until they find tomorrow, and that will get you enough like an experience point or something. You son of a bitch! That's what it's meant to do. It's not meant for you to kill each other. And then if your friend needs something and you help them out, you get an extra experience point. So that's what happens. The game doesn't allow stats to go up, but it does have what are called talents. So over time, you get different talents. So one of them is like cold-blooded, so you don't have to roll to see if you shoot somebody. Again, you can shoot someone. Well, you don't have to roll to shoot someone in cold blood, for example. Or some of them are like, "Hey, I'm better at mechanics, or I'm better at close combat, things like that." So you can both raise your skills, and you can raise your raise talents. So talents are special skills outside of your normal things. And that's the way the campaign works. Now, does it matter as much with this? Not really. It's just more to play off. Like, hey, if I don't like someone, then I'd be like, that stupid captain, I'm not listening to her. I'm going to do my own thing. What
Yeah.
do you do? That's what it's intended to do. It's not intended to be more of a, well, I'm gonna make sure she dies. I mean, yeah,
I
that would make it a very short game. Go ahead.
can I say who my rival was? They're not around anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Go
It's
ahead.
Wilson.
Yeah.
My first character. So Wilson. I don't remember what Wilson's rival was, but I assume it's my character.
Actually, let me
So
see. There's some of them. If
Wilson,
you
I
don't
have the
mind this
Wilson.
going through this, because actually
Yeah,
a lot of times
yeah.
you would know who it is. Um,
So I guess I did play my rival.
well, that's right. You did. Um,
This is how you win, by dying.
let's, let's see. So Wilson's rival was.
I didn't
Well, he
have
was
a
no.
rival.
Yeah, yeah. It says Vanessa. He didn't like. Yeah, he and Vanessa did not get along with each other. Leah actually, her buddy was Vanessa.
Right, but it doesn't say who my rival was.
You didn't have one. You
Oh,
didn't
okay. That's what I thought. I'm like, I like everybody.
Yeah. Well, like
Or-
Sham didn't, because his buddy was Kayla.
Yeah, but see, like now that I'm playing a new character, I know who their rival is, and
Yes.
it's
Sure.
it's like, well, if this character dies, do I want to take their rival and go double win, right?
Yes, you can do that. So let's see. So,
Oh, but I'm not going to
and
die
some of these are
again.
not hidden, but yeah, there you go. So yeah,
And I wanted to ask, since I had to change the giveaway to Friday night because of Jackie's thing on Saturday.
yes,
Are you guys free next Saturday?
I am.
Next Saturday?
Let me
Yeah.
sign up.
Yeah.
Confirm. I have
Okay, should be.
there are some. I know there's like a day I have to set up the kids play.
Okay,
So it might be on Saturday, but it might be before, or it might be on Sunday night.
just let us
So I
know.
think, yeah, I'll
You'll
double
let
check.
us know. And will that be the first act, the first part of Act 3?
Yes.
Okay.
So
that
at three,
means
at three
you're
is
about-
everyone gets new agendas, gets to see. Just so you know, the agendas for the NPC characters stay the same no matter what. But for like George and OG, they're going to find new. They're gonna find out the third part of their agenda. So agendas change depending on what they find out. So
Okay. So now with the big reveal, we have a new agenda.
yes,
Okay,
Makes sense.
that's cool.
And I'm guessing we're probably only going to have 2 sessions for Act 3.
that would probably be my guess for this. If you all survive
Okay.
or you all die, yeah,
We could all die before then. It's true.
that's right. I mean,
Very easy in this game. So, any ideas of what we're going to play next? Don't say Planet of the Apes.
you bastard! Oh come on, you've had like
I'm working. I've been watching videos like crazy to get an idea, and I've got one tiny little freaking grain of an idea, but I got nothing after that.
well,
and
you know
even
what?
then,
It doesn't have to be a big one. You just have to have a big enough
it's not enough to
for a few sessions.
Yeah.
no, not even. It's not even that. What I would need right off the bat is to know secretly, like each of you, like tell me privately what you would want to run: human, astronaut, human, mute. No, you can't run those because I'm not going to have you just sit there and pantomime on on a video. That's out, right?
It'll be like the TV series at Planet of the Apes where they talk. Remember?
Right.
Well, I mean, come on, can't we do that? Like,
No,
we
because
just get angry.
no, because some people only listen to our show
I know,
and they would
I
have
know.
no idea. So you got human astronaut, any kind of ape, and mutated human. Reveal our inner selves to our maker kind of characters. And know that I will have to run the scenario somewhere that is nowhere near the original Ape City part
Um,
of the world, like nowhere near New York. Let's put it that way.
you know what? Well, that's one. Well, to be fair on that is you can set up. I assume that there are multiple, places where apes are. You just have to
Mhm.
set up. Where's my irradiated zone, which is your
Mhm.
no man, which is the forbidden zone, and you can make that
Yeah.
wherever you want. Um,
Mhm.
and the other part is I really don't care if like I said, yeah, I'd like to be an ape, but you know what? If we're all astronauts, that's cool. The other thing is you don't have to set it during the same time frame. You can make it 60 years earlier or something like that on a different.
Well, you can't really make but you can't make it any later in the time frame than Beneath the
Sure,
Planet of the Apes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
well, you could,
What?
but you say, well, it just blew up part of the planet. You know,
Oh, so you're playing on the Thundar, the Barbarian moon, where there's a big chunk missing.
or like the tick we put in the sea into the moon, but he never finished the chair face. You know, which I actually liked about the cartoon because as it went through, you could see like they would
They
actually do
kept
a
that there.
timeline.
Yeah.
I one of the big mistakes I made in my life was ever getting rid of those comic books. But I know because I've been watching them. I bought like I have like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or something like that. But it's
Sure,
the 1 through 3 that are the biggies. And
right.
even believe it or not, number 2 is more valuable than number 1, depending on which one you get. If you've got the one with the die cut square missing from
Or
the
the
cover,
UPC.
Okay. Are you
right?
talking about for the
And
tick or for Planet of the Apes?
tick.
Okay, tick.
So
I just
Jack
want to
Mark.
clarify because we were going back and forth for these
Oh yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
But
And the
but
Planet of the Apes comic book, the
mhm.
first one, that's literally the Planet of the Apes, the first movie comic book, is absolute ass. It's garbage. I got the hardcover version of that movie, and it's
Yeah.
freaking awful. I'm like, this
So
is it. None of the characters look like they should. Let's put it that way.
yeah. So like we were talking about is I really don't care because I mean you could put us in Australia or something somewhere else. Just I mean
Hmm.
Australia's probably a really good place to do an irradiated zone because
Hmm.
that's like
It
all
does.
of Central
It looks the
Australia.
same. Oh,
or
Road Warrior, Mad
yeah, that's
Max.
right.
Right.
Mad Max and that's, he's like, oh, you mean I can do this and this? Yeah, I mean that's plus
No,
not.
I'm working on something. Like I said, been watching some videos, especially since I didn't see any of the newer movies except the Marky Mark one. Um,
Right. Oh yeah, that was
and
bad. The other ones weren't bad. I've watched them.
I've
Um,
seen
they
them
they
all.
looked really good, actually. I was really surprised, and
so the
I may need to spend some time watching those. I wish there was a box set. I would just buy it because I've got the
there
original
is
box,
there
a
there
box
is
set
a
of the new
box
movie.
set, but it's got like you can get one with like all of, including the originals, all of the Planet of the Apes
Oh,
plus
I
the
don't
new
need that.
ones.
I got the old movies, and uh,
They had it on HBO, but they showed, which kind of bugged me. They had the three. I can't remember if there were three or four, but but they were missing number two, and I did the third one. But like the first one they have that one's pretty good, but then they get rid of all those characters except for like Caesar, and then they go to the second one, and then they go from there. I thought they were. I thought they were
are
well.
the new movies just like reboots and very similar, or brand new stuff?
They think
I
of it this way. You know how the original was like five. Where it starts, where five we get to see what's going on. Think of it
Mhm.
as it starts really from the point of where Caesar comes in, and then follows that
So
trajectory. So they start.
Conquest of the
So
Planet of the Apes. So it starts at
yeah,
I think
Conquest.
well, not
I
quite. It goes over first where Caesar is a child,
Oh, okay,
and then
so Escape.
yeah. So basically, he does that, and then he escapes, and then it goes over into like
Well, no, I
where the
mean
Bible.
Escape from the Planet of the Apes uh,
didn't.
starts with Cornelius and Zira giving birth to, or it ends with them
So
giving birth.
so
So it
in this
doesn't do
reboot,
that.
what it is that they're doing serums to do it. And what happens is they give the serum as a like an Alzheimer's. They're trying to do Alzheimer's, and it
Uh-huh.
works on the chimps, and so it works on the other primates. And one of them is they one of them goes berserk or something like that, and they're like, "We'll just kill the entire line." And so sorry, I'm not trying to give away too much of it, but he says kill the entire line. Well, he doesn't want to do that with this little chimpanzee, and so he takes him home, and
This is the one with
that
Ed
becomes
Norton.
Caesar.
Okay, okay, I see. Okay.
So it's Caesar. So there is none of this that weird time loop. Hey, we were able to go back in time. They don't do any of that. So you start there with Caesar. Um, so they show him, so they show the background of everything, and then apparently on number two, um, the virus has mutated in the chimpanzees and killed off a lot of the people, and that's where they start off with
Okay.
number two,
Okay.
and then number three
So
is
it's a
like
completely different thing. Okay.
it is, yeah. I mean, there's no doubt it's Planet of the Apes. Don't get me wrong, but it's but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
Okay.
basically they redid Caesar's how
So
Caesar becomes Caesar.
the RPG then is really uh,
The
based on the
original,
old five movies and nothing from the new ones.
right? Well, but that said, is
Okay.
it doesn't hurt either.
That's fine.
I mean, what I
No,
want to
there's
say
still
is,
plenty of stuff to mine from it, I bet.
oh yeah,
Because I
well,
remember watching the commercials. Every time I would see in the last like 5 or 6 years a commercial for the new Planet of the Apes movies, I was like, this looks pretty good. I mean, this looks kind of actually terrifying.
mm-hmm.
Because, back in the 70s and 80s, the old movies, they were scary, but they weren't like Alien kind of scary or The
Well, they were all
Descent.
rated G. They were all rated G. This one was
Yeah.
rated PG-13. I think that it, like I said, is for a while, which bugged me. HBO Max had the movies, but they were missing the second movie. And I said, I don't want to watch the second movie to watch the third movie because then you feel like you missed something. And then I watched, I think maybe the fourth movie or something. So that was which is where Caesar had passed away, and now you've gone forward in time by about 100 years or so, which is fine. I mean, none of those to me are bad. It's like watching Spider-Man and then missing out like on the middle one. You're like, oh, come on, because that will relate to the next movie. But yeah, I thought they were well done. They weren't quite my thing, but I'm not saying anywhere where I would go, this movie sucks, or this movie like craps on the
No,
entire
those
thing.
the trailers, the commercials that I saw. It's pretty rare that I see a commercial and I'm like, yeah, I want to see this movie. I usually go, oh yeah, this is going to suck ass, and then I never watch it. I saw those and I'm like, yeah, these look pretty good, but I'm gonna have to find them, either on Amazon or something like that. Maybe I'll just buy I'll just buy it because it's less of a hassle. And then I
So
can
I
just
think it was. Let's see. So they had. Is it Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Or no? So you had the. I think that's what it was. I think it was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was the first one. No. You know what? It's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I think it's the first one. So it shows how Caesar becomes Caesar. And then you have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, where that's where Caesar actually, where Caesar and the humans start really fighting. And then
okay.
you get War of the Planet of the
Fine.
Apes, which is not the
Wait,
one I
what?
watched.
The first one has James Franco. I believe the second
Yep.
one, the one with Woody Harrelson, right?
I don't
Is
know if
the
that's
general.
Woody Harrelson, but yeah, basically one was
Woody
like
Harrelson has
2011.
a shaved head and he's the general.
Yeah, so one's 2011, one's 2014. Then the next one was 2017. And then I watched the 2024 one.
Okay, so slowly, in order, give me the names: Rise of the Planet of the Apes, then Dawn.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, which is the third one. And then you get Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was one that came out like a year or two ago. Yeah, it
Maybe
came
it was
out
the
2 years
third
ago.
one that was the one with Woody, and the second one was like apes fighting amongst each other or something for dominance. Wasn't the second one?
I don't know. I didn't see the second one because they didn't
Fight.
have it available. They had War of the Planet of the Apes, but I didn't want to watch War if I didn't watch Dawn. I
You
didn't want to
watch
skip
them
one.
in the theater?
What's that?
I watched all those when they come out in the theater. I
Oh,
was like kind of
yeah.
waiting for them.
What service is
Okay.
it
I
on?
watched
Is it on
those
like
before I
Netflix
watched the
or anything,
original.
or Disney?
So you enjoyed it? Is really what the question is.
They were good.
Yeah.
I like them.
So okay. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
it's a reboot, but it's different enough that I don't feel like I was going. Oh, it's a rehash of the exact same thing. Where like, oh, you
Well, no,
completely crapped on the memory
this
of it.
is, believe it or not, this is one of those one rare cases, folks, where Shadow, yes, I'm speaking of Shadow in the third person, doesn't want a reboot, doesn't want the old movies redone. They were perfect. Anything that you would do, last thing I want is to watch Hollywood go and bend over some of my favorite movies and run them through because they were perfect. They ran in this weird, really cool Twilight Zone esque, never ending loop circle, if you will. At least the first four movies. Battle for the Planet of the Apes, I think, is like even when I finally understood the movie and where it was situated, even in the chronological order, it doesn't make sense for a lot of reasons that after that movie time goes back to the very first movie in the circle. It doesn't make sense. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You could literally cut that movie out, and movie number one is number one, and movie number four is the prequel to movie number one, and it just keeps
yeah,
going around and around in a loop. You throw number five in there, and it still does the loop, but it seems kind of like, oh, that loop just got like monumentally longer because now, even though the humans and the apes are living together after all the shit, they're gonna fall apart and you don't get that story. You know what I mean? They're
yeah.
gonna go their separate ways. The humans are gonna devolve, the apes are gonna evolve, etc. It's got there's like a whole bunch of other chapters in because of Battle for the Planet of the Apes. If you take it
Mm.
out, it's just like a long, you could just imagine, okay, they go their separate ways and they hate each other, and number one makes sense. But
Well,
with
I
these
did
Yeah.
new
read the
movies,
book. I did read the book.
I got the book. I got the original hardback cover in my collection, and I was going to read it, but I don't know what I did with it. I'm
I
sure it's
found it
right
on.
over in that cover.
I found it online under one of the things, and I don't
What'd
know.
you pay for it?
Well, no. What I
You
mean
don't
is,
mind me asking.
I found the entire book online, and I just read it that way. Like how you have the
Oh,
kid.
oh, okay, okay. Because
It
it's
was not.
not a cheap book. It's not
It's
cheap.
not a. It's not really an R book either. I will say this much though. We missed out on having Nova being naked, so that's. I feel
Call
cheated
you
in that
Nova.
aspect, but no, it
Oh my
was.
God! As
Me,
as a kid,
Tarzan, you,
uh,
Jane.
as
That
a
was-
kid, because I was like 8 or 10 when I first saw those movies. She was like my honey for a long, long freaking time. I thought she was just absolutely stunningly gorgeous, and I still do.
Well,
But
I think she still
then
is.
I
Even
bumped into Pamela Hensley, and I'm like, ooh, we got some competition here. Um,
it's funny because I was looking at some of them, and I don't know if it's the higher definition, but boy, or maybe it's just better makeup. I'm sure it's a combination of everything. It just seemed like the Hollywood starlets were just much more attractive back in the day. Plus, I think a
Dude,
lot,
tell me about it. Oh my God.
and
Uh,
they had
go
better.
back.
Well, yeah, they also had higher, and I think this is, when you talk about finishing school, they they had much more poise and things like that, so they could hold their own a lot better than current actresses. It's
Dude,
like,
just
yeah,
go back. Just go back and watch the original Battlestar Galactica if you can get it, if you have it. Watch it and watch the just absolute non-stop parade of some of the most beautiful women ever to grace Hollywood ever. Glenn Larson had the most, amazing luck, talent, casting agents. I don't know, but it's just unbelievable. I'm like, even the people in the background, you're just going,
well,
you
that's true.
know,
Well, that was back in the day when all the pretty people only
okay,
stayed at
Alfred, I guess we'll
city.
see you or you'll be back. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, that was back in the day when everyone went to Hollywood for this, and But I mean, yeah, I just look at several of them. It just seems that um, I don't know what it is. When they talk about Gen Z aging faster, you're just like, man,
Mhm.
these are just not as attractive. Even in the once they get in their 30s, you're like, man, you look like old and tired and haggard compared to some of the
Well,
the women.
it's the food. It's absolutely the food.
Well, I also
You
think
know,
a
not
lot of
just the
them.
food.
I think a lot of them also do a
Um,
lot of the drugs and things as well.
well,
And
no, because they were doing cocaine like crazy in the '80s. Come on, who are
no,
we
no,
kidding?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
But I'm saying even for the 80s, when I look back, remember, I like the women more from the 50s that I think are like Lauren Bacall. To me, if I'm going to pick the actress that if I for the whole time, Lauren Bacall would be my choice.
Yeah, one of the things like you'll like look at the movie, like an old movie. It's like, oh yeah, she was 19, 21 when she was
Yeah.
playing it, and you're like, okay, she looks like an adult. And like nowadays, it's just like even like the people in their they're either going to make a person in their 30s look like they're a high school kid, or they're going to look old. It's
Well,
like
well,
no
the,
in between.
well, the other part, like you're talking with Lauren Bacall, is, and like I said, this is where you talk about finishing school. You can see where they're very poised and everything else.
Mhm.
So
graceful.
yeah, it's there's and I
There's none of that. You're absolutely right. That whole quality has almost been bred out of humanity. There's no need for it. There's no desire. There's no value upon it. It's actually looked down upon because to be graceful, you have to be slow, and everybody is in such a massive hurry. I just watched this little thing the other day. This poor girl died because she drank six Monster or whatever,
yes.
six energy drinks in one freaking day.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
I was even looking at just some of it is, and I know they used to do it is the ones that were going to be Hollywood starlets had to know how to sing, dance, and act, and so they had to have all of those attributes.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, there's all sorts of things with methamphetamines, that they did to Judy Garland and stuff like
Sure,
that.
sure. But remember the old trope back in the day. Mothers, even if their girls weren't going to, be in Hollywood or anything or show business. Remember the old trope where a girl had to learn to walk with a book on her head.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
the
it looks like
poise.
They don't.
it
They
looks like we
stopped
streamed
doing
Crash
that.
for OG, so he just said good night.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Well, good
Oh,
night.
okay. I didn't see that, but take care, OG. We'll see you tomorrow, I hope. But I was reading about that, and they stopped doing that like in the '60s, where
Yeah.
women, it was just a thing, and it wasn't looked down upon. It was actually looked as a training thing to make you better, not like subservient or anything, just to make you taller, better posture, walk better, walk more graceful, etc. And now everybody's slumped over, slouched over, in a hurry, and on more chemicals than uh,
Oh well, I mean,
you can
it's well, I mean,
stick at
even you
to
talk about
do
walking.
everything but be those things: slow, graceful, balanced,
Well,
upright.
so I noticed that because when a Romanian, well, she was a model at one point. She was 6 foot, but but her mother was apparently a professional ballerina. Um, and so they're like everyone has to take ballet. So of course, but you're right. There's this thing about learning just in how to move. I just noticed that people, like they don't know how to rotate. Like I said, is I'm going through and everyone, and I blame a lot of the bodybuilding stuff, but like a lot of people don't know how to rotate. Like I have a friend of mine, like people talk about the Asian squat. I have never thought anything was special about that until like the last 10 years. And people are like, oh my god, you can go all the way down. I'm like, shouldn't everyone? just basic movement, and the more that you do that, I have a friend of mine. He
Well,
was
you
skinny.
brought up ballet. I
Yeah,
remember when I went to school, when I was in school up through, let's say, high school, maybe let's actually say middle school, because in
sure.
high school it was different. But girls actually went to those classes, wanted to be that, and then come high school, that whole idea just evaporated. No
Well, they
girl
became
cared
cheerleaders.
or
They
what.
became cheerleaders at that
Maybe,
point.
maybe that's what it was. But there was no talk of it. There were no classes. There were no people going to it. No people doing it. It was like one of those words that just dropped out of the lexicon of common speech. And I didn't hear about ballerinas for years unless it was in some like old movie or something, because during the 80s I think that everything was like encouraged to do everything even faster, and everybody was in more of a hurry, and
I,
less ability to just chill. You know what I
Well,
mean? Just
I'm gonna bring this up because ballerina. I mean, I've actually watched. I actually went to Russia and watched ballerinas. They move very fast, but there was a flexibility, of course. But it's the same thing. Like I used to know a lot of girls that did. And I don't know about you. It was ballet, dancing, and gymnastics. And then a lot of them, they would do is because people knew at a certain point that I think by the time they hit their teenage years, either you were going to go professional or you're like, it's time for you to give up ballet. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's kind of what, it's the same thing for football. Like all the
yeah,
kids.
but like next time you go to the grocery store,
Yeah.
like do a mental count of the women that are slouched
Oh,
versus
I know.
standing up tall and proud, not even tall but straight, standing up straight. That whole posture idea, it's almost like we're getting ready to go back down on our knuckle dragging asses, versus the way things were, people
Well, like I
not
said,
broken.
I don't disagree with you on any of that. What I'm saying is, I think that I was just saying why you got phased out of ballerina. It's the same people that got phased out of football. Once you hit like high school, if you weren't going to go professional or you weren't going to get like a scholarship,
Mhm,
they phased
mhm,
out of that. That's what I was trying to say. But no, I know
mhm.
that little girls still go to that, but it's not as much as they used to. I mean, it used to be like
No,
like every little girl went to ballet. Every little girl went to
like
gymnastics.
every girl I knew growing up, from kindergarten through seventh grade,
Yeah,
went at least 1 year. Now
yeah,
you can't even find one in 100.
yes. And I think that's what I'm referring to. Well, it's like football. Like I said, is like all the little kids
No,
would
but I mean in that age bracket, not
sure.
not that you're not going to go professional, but like every girl I ever knew from kindergarten to eighth grade had at least 1 year.
Yeah,
Now I don't know any girls that like Jackie's ever met, or any people's kids that
really.
I
Yeah.
know that have daughters. They don't even do 1 year.
No, I know. Well, there's the other one I was looking at. Like you said, I was just looking at like the old photos of people in their 60s, and a lot of it's just people going out and being active. But like I look at my mother. My mother did not grow up. I don't think my mother ever did ballet, but my mother still has excellent posture. In her,
Mhm.
she's what 77 now. Um,
But I guarantee if you ask your mom if she ever did the book on her head thing, I'll bet you say yes.
you know what? I've done the book on my head thing. Um, it's not
It's not
that hard.
easy.
Well, I didn't think it was. Well, it depends on how flat your head is, I guess.
You try it in heels.
But I used to put like the D&D or my other books on there. And you're right.
Mhm.
It's not that you're slow because the point is that you want to be smooth. And what do they say? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Um, yeah, once you do that. But yeah, you're right. Is I just noticed, and who knows? But yeah, but I look at a lot of the younger. It's like my God, you're like especially these. The singers and stuff. Like you're you're like 25 and you look like you're worse than the 40-year-olds.
Oh, and the girls, they don't do necessarily ballet, but they do dance.
Yeah,
A lot of girls do dance.
I,
Mhm.
yes.
Some including
Yeah,
ballet,
but
but
but but I mean, don't take this
What
the
he's
wrong
saying is
way,
our
because I
generation, a
think
lot more of them did both ballet and dance and gymnastics. They did like all three.
mhm.
right. But dance is, but by dance do they mean there's a pole in their future, or do they mean there's
Some of the
something
teachers,
a little more classic?
some of the teachers, I kind of have some questions that they might have a background in that, but yeah.
You see what
So
I'm
I
saying?
so when I
Because
went to
once
community
upon a
college,
time,
well, I'm going to also bring this up. When I went to community college, and there were some other ones too. One of the electives that they could take because you had to take a PE was you had to do um, that, and so I did classic ballroom dancing, and I think there was also that aspect, because I don't know about you all. When I was in school, I had to learn how to swing dance, not swing dance,
Square dance.
square dance.
Yeah,
I don't know
we
if
had that too. It
We
was,
did
yeah.
that, we did that as well, but that
I,
was
I
uh,
I
that was like in middle school or no elementary school.
right.
But
I felt
I was not to belabor the point, but I'm pretty certain that like the whole pole dancing thing is kind of a 70s or 80s on up thing. I don't remember it existing like in the 50s or 60s or even
yeah.
really the 70s, to tell you the truth.
In
I mean, there
retrospect,
were strippers, but the term pole dancing didn't even
Yeah,
exist. I don't think until at least the
I
80s.
think
right.
they called it the topless. They used to call it
Yeah,
topless.
yeah,
Remember like
but
those.
no, and I know we talk about that pole dance, but I'm not referring to that. I'm saying, but I just remember like learning how to dance. They would say, "Hey,
Hmm.
this is how you dance," and then the same thing for, like I said, I went to community college and I was taking fencing, and then one of the guys who was doing, he was one of the instructors, but he likes for the fencing. But then after that, we would take one of the other classes after that, because I took a fair number of PE classes, in between my stuff. So I was taking like, I think I was doing PE like 4 or 5 days, just different ones, Aikido, martial arts
Hmm.
training, dancing. So I took, ballroom dancing, and just like we said, is you have to like stand up straight. You have to do this. You have to do that. It was like, hey, you need to do this. And I just don't see, and then you also had to be in time with things. Um,
Hmm.
I just remember being in
All of
fourth.
all of those arts
Yeah.
and disciplines are gone, along with the word discipline itself. It seems.
Oh my God! Oh, I don't. I was hearing so many people whine about how hard it was to be a mother. You don't understand, and they don't do this, and they don't wipe they don't change the diaper. And I was about ready to go. First off, quit your whining. I had my son, and I had to change diapers. It wasn't that hard. I said, you know what was hard was you had to be disciplined. I said, I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, take my son, get wake, make him breakfast. We would go. He would ride the train with me. This was in Chicago when I had him. I would take him over, and he would go to the daycare. I would pick him up for lunch. We would go to lunch. I would come back, drop him off at daycare, finish out my day, and then I would pick him. I'd finish out my day at work. I'd pick him up from daycare. We get back on the train. Then he would go play for an hour on the at the playground, and then I would cook him dinner, and then we would go to bed. And I was like, okay. And these people are like, oh, it's so hard. I understand it's mentally taxing. I'm not saying it isn't, but just these, all I could think is, stop being miserable human beings about how hard things are. Why don't you just enjoy your children? My mother, my mother used to take me to the park all the time. I said, and I don't know what it is. I had a friend of mine. He had a preemie baby, but I kept telling him, because he was like, "Oh, it's this. And I have to do this. And I have to." I said, after work, go pick her up and take her to the park for an hour. And he's like, "But." I said, dude, he was saying, "Well, I just don't have time to read." I said, "Go take her to the park. Let her play with other kids." And my mother used to sit there and read books while I was playing in the playground. You know, I don't understand that. It's like you have to be
Well,
involved.
I
You have to, like
depending
my
on the city or the town or the area that the park is in, I can completely understand not wanting to let your eyes off your kid for a
Well,
minute
what I mean by
in
that
a
is
situation.
it's not that hard to watch some things. It's not that hard to even. Well, I mean, it wasn't that hard when I was young to read a book and watch television at the same time. Like, so you watch
Yeah,
stuff that.
well, I don't watch, but I'll have my tablet on. If I'm reading a book, I have something for my ears
Yeah.
to enjoy while I'm reading a book. But
Well, I don't know.
sometimes I will admit
Here for the yeah.
I'm not as good at that as I like to think I am. And if it's like right now, I've been reading. You probably saw me. I got the new sort of quasi Amber Dice's role playing game. It's not really Amber; it's something else.
Sure.
That book is like 8-point font, double columns. There's
Oh
more
God.
pages on. There's more words on one page of that than there are in 4 pages of any other book I read.
Right. Right.
And I've been reading it for weeks, and I'm only on page 40.
I, no, I understand that. Well, I mean,
It's
I'm saying,
dense. It's fucking
but
dense, and
I
I
don't know.
can't listen to anything while doing it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but for me, and I don't know about you. There was usually a place about 20 or 30 feet away from the kids were playing that you could sit down to watch your kid. It's not that hard,
Right.
yeah. I mean, when I look at even when in Chicago, now of course my son wanted me to play with him all the time, so it's like okay, fine, which I enjoyed anyway. But there's so many people that just like, why don't you just go out and have fun with your kid? And I go, oh, I said, like I said, when I was in Chicago, I got off the train. Part of it was I had to burn all that energy out of the kid, and instead these mothers, my mother used to like kick me out of the house, like leave, come back in it.
Yeah, but there did come a point, especially in California, where especially knowing what I know and doing what I did. If I'm taking my kid to the park or whatever, my eyes are on him 20.
No, I understand
Constant.
that. I understand that
There's
aspect,
just no way.
but the majority
But
of, but I'm saying, but my whole point is, all these people complaining about their kids, I'm like, kick them outside, go watch them. It's not that hard. Go. There are other things you can do, but it's not. That's what I'm trying to say is, if the kid is
yeah. Well,
burning
from right
energy
off
by
the bat,
playing,
as soon as you have a kid, everything changes, and
yes. Well, and that's the other problem
that's
is,
your job. Shut the fuck up, do your job, be a good parent, and in 18 years, when they go off to college or whatever, you get your life back. It's like going to jail for 18 years. Suck it up and do your time.
I don't know why anybody says that. For me, I've always
Well, I
enjoyed
mean,
time with my.
that worst case situation.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
But I'm not saying. But I've always enjoyed time with my son from the time he was little. I
exactly.
used to take him running with me. Now, the problem is he wanted to hold my hand every time, and we had to stop at every light pole so we could listen to it. So it was kind of hard for me like to do a real run, but it was. I said,
Okay. Yeah. Right.
but it's not that. All I'm trying to say is all these people that are complaining about this, well, the kids are doing this, they're driving me crazy. I'm like, take them to the park, go, let them go play. Especially if you have two of them, they can watch each other. And you're there. If they need you, they can yell to you. That's okay, But I don't know. I don't understand this whole. And what I've noticed is that I don't understand, and I haven't noticed amongst men. I've noticed amongst women, that the ones that are complaining about, how hard it is to raise a kid. It's like,
Well, because for the past, so much everything else was also kind of done differently. All the things that you need to learn uh, as a young person to be a parent has been kind of taken out. Home ec doesn't exist in high schools anymore. Um,
okay, there's YouTube to learn how to cook.
right, but you tell a kid you need to watch home ec uh, or they're going to watch whatever it is they want to watch. Very few kids are going to go, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch this new home ec video.
You
Never
know what?
been said in the
I taught my
last 50
son to cook
years.
when he was 6 years old. It's not that hard.
I know it's not that hard, but people are lazy and times have changed.
See, you just said it. People are lazy, and I'm not giving them an out just because they're going to be lazy. You know what?
Wait,
But
let me
I said how to
rephrase
cook.
it.
But you know
I'm
what?
not even going to say they're lazy. I'm going to say they're selfish.
Well, to me, that's it. Yeah, but do you know what the biggest thing? I won't be saying I was lazy. When I taught my son how to cook, guess what happened? That gave me more time. That he's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, well, go make yourself some eggs. And it wasn't that much. I taught him how to make eggs. I taught him how to make pancakes. I taught him how to make and he can throw cheese. And then I taught him how to make pasta. It's like, all right, the kid is good. That's, and I don't understand these parents. I don't understand the parents that don't teach their kids and how to do. Like, eggs are the easiest thing in the world to cook. It's like get a nice. Well, admittedly, I did buy a. What I did.
As soon as the pan is hot, the eggs are done.
Well, it didn't. I also. Well, what I did is for him because he was short. Well, like all 6-year-olds are short. What I did is I got him a induction plate, and I put it on the floor in the middle of the kitchen, so then I didn't have to worry about him lifting stuff up or anything. I'm like, well, here you go, and he would cook on the kitchen floor that way. That way, I didn't have to worry about him spilling things or burning himself for all of that, and I didn't have to worry about an open flame. I really love induction cooktop. God, why? I hate gas, just for that very reason. But yeah, I did the induction. Boy, I was like, okay, guess what? That freed me up like an hour and a half every day, because it's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, you either eat what I'm eating or you make yourself some food. And I don't, and like, you're right. People don't teach their kids. And that's a basic thing. When they talk about COVID, people are like, what am I going to do? I eat out all the time. You can cook your own food, right? What am I going to do? I'm panicking. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you're not a functional adult and you're in your 20s and you have a kid, yeah, you're going to have problems because you're not a functional adult.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't think it's that hard to do certain things. And maybe it was, like I said, it's my friend who was the former model. I mean, she was just nuts. I don't mean nuts in a bad way, but like for the time she woke up and how she took her kids to everything and things like that. And admittedly, she had help at home, but it was still like, okay, you're doing this, this, and this. And then once the kids go to bed, then you can go out. How in the world are you able to maintain yourself? Yeah, I don't need as much sleep, but you get like 5 hours of sleep a night doing everything. And I was like, damn.
Man, what the hell?
But yeah, but I think sometimes there's this victim mentality that people bring. Oh, it's so I have to do the emotional labor. Like, what do you mean emotional labor? Tell me what you want. Otherwise, I'm going to do it my way. Yeah, it's the same mentality that women have if they say, "Oh, I expect you to read my mind." You're just supposed to know what I'm thinking. I'm like, no, because you don't know what you're thinking. If you don't like the way I'm going to do it, then you can do it yourself. But no, I don't know. That's all I'm trying to say. I think that people,
F that nonsense.
I know, but that's what I meant. Is I've seen too many people like that. And a little side note, my cousin passed away today. So
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
well, yeah, she had brain cancer, and there was a big age difference because she was old enough to be my mother. So people thought that because she looks like my mother, except she was about 6 inches taller. So everyone assumed that she was my mother whenever we were around. But no, she was a good lady. Unfortunately, she had brain cancer, and it was terminal. And my aunt, who's almost 90 years old, made it up there right before she passed away. So, which is good. I'm glad that she got to see that. But that makes, the sad fact of it is my aunt has had 2 of her children pass away before her, out of 4 children. So that's kind of weird.
In the modern era, it is, and tragic.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it was, but lots of grandchildren for my aunt, so that's good. But yeah, her 80th birthday, we tried lighting all the candles, and those cheap birthday candles. So it looked like there was almost the cake was almost up flame. Because we're trying to light
Hey! You're talking about my birthday cake again? Who told you?
You know what? If I'm going to do that, I'm just going to put in like 80. Like have the big candle for the tens number, and then we're just going to put a few other candles.
That's kind of what we do. And speaking of birthdays, I've got one next week. But yeah, 59, man. I never, ever, ever thought I would make it that far. Never.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, and with a few minor exceptions, I really don't feel that old. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say goodnight because my dog thinks there's somebody at the door because nobody's here but me. So I will see you guys tomorrow for my AT&D game.
Like I said, I'm going to be leaving early in the morning, so I won't make that game.
Okay, no worries.
So
Otherwise, I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning. Everybody out there, TV land.
Hey,
Adios.
George, you did die.
I'm a ghost.